Sacramento saw 45 days over 100 degrees last year. Allergies ranked 23rd worst in America, and massive freeway projects won't finish until 2026. But it's also way more affordable than the Bay Area, with the incredible outdoor access. Sacramento isn't for everyone, but it might be perfect for you. This video shows exactly who thrives here and who struggles. By the end, you'll know which side you're on. Let's talk about the heat first, because this is honestly the deal breaker for a lot of people. Sacramento hit 45 days over 100 degrees in 2024. That's not a typo. 45 days of triple-digit heat. Normally, we average around 23 days per year over 100 degrees. So 2024 was double that. In 2022, that hit 44 days. This isn't a one-time thing anymore. If you can't handle the extreme heat, Sacramento summers are going to be really tough for you. Here's what it actually feels like to live through it. July's the worst. Average highs are around 93 to 94 degrees, but during heat waves, it spikes to about 105 to 113 degrees for days in a row. And remember, 2024 broke records with those 45 days over 100. We're talking late June through mid-September of intense, relentless heat. Air conditioning is not an option here. You need it. Outdoor activities during the day becomes dangerous, especially for kids, older folks, and anyone with health issues. You plan your whole life around the heat. Walk the dog before 10 o'clock, evening activities after 8 p.m., and midday, you're inside with the AC running. But here's what makes the heat even worse, and that problem affects way more than just summer, which we'll talk about in a minute. Now, there's some relief. Sacramento gets this delta breeze where cool air flows in from the San Francisco Bay at night. A day that hits 105 degrees can drop to 64 degrees overnight. That's a 40-degree swing, which makes sleeping way easier than you think. The problem is during the worst heat waves, when it stays 105 to 106 for multiple days, the breeze just can't keep up and you're stuck with the heat around the clock. So what does this mean for you? If you're heat sensitive, elderly, or have medical conditions affected by temperature, summers here are genuinely hard. But if you can adapt, shift your schedule, stay indoors during peak heat, or escape to the mountains or coast on brutal weekends, then Sacramento's other benefits start to make sense. The key is to be honest with yourself about your heat tolerance before you commit. That problem I mentioned, Sacramento runs on cars. Let me explain what that means for your everyday life. Sacramento got a walk score of 49 out of 100. That's car dependent, which means you need a car for most things. Now, some spots are different. Midtown Sacramento scores 94, which means you can walk everywhere. Downtown hits 93, but here's the truth. Those are tiny areas in a huge city. The rest of Sacramento, you're driving. And this matters for real reason. This is about who can actually live here easily. If you're too young to drive, too old to drive safely, or you can't buy a car, Sacramento gets really hard. We've got neighborhoods where there are no sidewalks, bad crosswalk, and more dangerous streets. It's 75 years of building everything around cars, not people. The city knows this is a problem. Their 2040 plan says they need to change it. But fixing 75 years of car-first building takes tons of money and time. What this means every day is driving for everything: groceries, doctor's visits, kid stuff, and hanging out with your friends. You're driving. We do have buses, but outside of downtown and midtown, they come every 30 to 60 minutes. A 10-minute car ride becomes an hour on the bus. If you want to walk to most places or use transit like any other city, Sacramento just doesn't work that way, except in a couple of small areas. So here's what matters before you move. If you love not owning a car, or you're used to cities like San Francisco or Portland where transit actually works, Sacramento is going to feel like going backward. But if you're fine with owning a car and driving is just normal life for you, then this won't bother you. Just know, having a car here isn't a choice. You need one. That health issue, allergies, guys. Sacramento just got way worse for this. In 2025, Sacramento jumped from 94th place to 23rd place in America for worst allergy cities. That's 71 spot in 1 year, one of the biggest jumps in the country. What happened? We had really wet weather in 2024 that made grass and weed pollen explode. If you already had bad allergies, Sacramento just became much tougher. Here's why it's so bad. You get hit with allergens almost all year. Tree pollens, From oak, pine, juniper comes in April, and oak is really tough. Grass pollen takes over from May through July. Then we have weed pollen, which hits late summer and goes into fall. It is like one allergen after another. You get a few months off in winter, then it starts again. Late April is the worst. That's when pollen hits its peak, and that's when most people really struggle. Climate change is making allergies worse. Pollen seasons now start 20 days earlier and last about 10 days longer than 30 years ago. More carbon dioxide makes plants create more pollen. Experts say climate change causes 50% of why pollen seasons are longer and 8% of why there's more pollen. So if you're hoping allergies will get better over time, they're probably going to get worse instead. Here's what you need to think about. If you have really bad allergies, the kind that causes asthma attack, need constant medicine, or makes you miserable for months, Sacramento's year-round pollen is going to be tough. You'll need good air filters, maybe allergy shots, and a plan for dealing with it most of the year. But if your allergies are mild and you can handle them with regular medicine, you'll be okay. Just know what you're getting into before you move. Now, that construction problem, it's huge, guys. Sacramento's growing fast, and the roads can't handle it. 3 major highways, Highway 99, Highway 50, and Interstate 80 are all being worked on at the same time. These are the main roads that hundreds of thousands of people drive every single day, and the work isn't finishing soon. We're talking years of delay, closed lanes, and bad traffic. Let me tell you what's happening. Highway 50 has the biggest project. It is called Fix 50. It was supposed to cost $483 million and be done summer 2025. Now it's costing $511 million and won't finish until July of 2026. They're replacing old roads from the 1960s, adding carpool lanes, making bridges wider, and fixing water pumps. Work started in 2020 and is still going. With lanes constantly shifting and closing, Caltrans warns of significant delays through construction zone. Interstate 80 is getting redone too. $280 million worth of work that won't be done until May of 2026. They've had to shut down the entire freeway sections for 55 hours straight on weekends. No westbound to I-80 from I-5 to Highway 50 for over 2 full days. That pushes everyone onto regular streets that can't handle all those cars. Highway 99 also has ongoing work. All 3 projects at once mean no backup route is also packed. Here's the big picture. Sacramento will add 580,000 new people by 2050. That's like building a whole second Sacramento. The area needs $41 billion to fix and improve transportation, but there's a major funding gap. Local agencies are already $400 to $500 million behind every year, just keeping roads in decent shape. So the roads are breaking down faster than they can fix them. More people moving here means more cars, and the construction that's supposed to help creates more years of delay. If you need your commute to be more reliable and predictable, the next few years in Sacramento are going to be really tough. So here's the transit reality in Sacramento that most people don't realize until they try living here car-free. Sacramento Regional Transit run buses and light rail, but ridership has collapsed since the pandemic. In 2024, they've had about 16 million riders total compared to over 21 million in 2019. That's a massive drop. Average weekday ridership sits around 55,000 people, 22,000 people on light rail, and 33,000 people on buses. For metro areas over 2 million people, those numbers are tiny. The bigger problem, California's transit agencies are facing a $5 billion funding shortfall for the next 5 years. That means instead of making transit better or adding more routes, they're fighting just to keep them running. Sacramento can't expand service to actually compete with cars as a real option. System stays limited, infrequent, and inconvenient. If you're coming from cities like San Francisco, Portland, or Seattle, where you can genuinely live without a car, Sacramento is going to feel like you went back in time 30 years. What does this mean practically? If you want a car-free lifestyle where you walk to the grocery store, take transit to work, and bike to meet friends, Sacramento only works in tiny pockets of Midtown and downtown. Everywhere else, you're stuck. You can't run errands efficiently. You can't get to the doctor's appointment without planning hours of your day. Your kids can't get to activities without you driving them. For families, professionals with tight schedule, or anyone who values their time, trying to live car-free in Sacramento means choosing between massive time waste or just giving up and buying a car anyways. Okay guys, let's pull everything together. After talking about the heat, needing a car, allergies, and all that construction and transit problem, who actually does well in Sacramento and who's gonna struggle? Sacramento is great for people who love the outdoors and can work around the season. Yes, summers are tough, but here's what's amazing. You can escape easily. The American River Parkway goes 23 miles through the city with hiking, biking, and kayaking. Folsom Lake is 45 minutes away, but the real win? Lake Tahoe and the Sierra Mountains are 90 minutes from your house. When Sacramento hits 105 degrees, you drive to Tahoe where it's 75 and gorgeous. Napa wine country is close. The ocean's about 2 to 3 hours away. And if you do love outdoor stuff in the spring, fall, and winter, then head to the mountains or the coast where summers get brutal. Sacramento's location is perfect. Remote workers and government employees love it here. Sacramento is California's capital, so there are a ton of stable government jobs. Tech is growing too. Over 530 tech companies are here now, adding over $12 billion to the economy every year. Average tech salaries are around $92,000. But here's the best part. Living here costs about 23% less than the national average. Homes typically cost around $520,000 to $700,000 compared to over $1.2 million in the Bay Area. If you're making Bay Area money but living here in Sacramento, that difference is huge. You can buy a bigger house, save more money, and still drive to the Bay when you need to. Retirees who want affordable California living do really well here. Winters average 54 degrees in January with almost no snow. You stay active year-round without paying coastal prices. Healthcare is solid. UC Davis Medical Center is nationally known. There's culture, art museum, performance arts, community stuff that are happening all the time. California's Proposition 19 lets people over 55 move their property tax rate to the new home, which saves money. You can sell your expensive coastal home, buy something bigger here in Sacramento, and keep more money in your pocket while staying close to family in California. If you can't handle that serious heat, don't move to Sacramento. Recent years, we've seen temperatures 32 to 45 days over 100 degrees every summer, with heat waves reaching 113 degrees. This isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous, especially if you're older, have health issues affected by heat, or work outside. Some neighborhoods get even hotter because they have fewer trees. You need AC. Being outside during the day becomes unsafe during heat waves. Months of 100-degree days wear people down mentally. If heat makes you miserable, Sacramento summers will genuinely hurt your quality of life. People who need or want to live without a car will have a hard time. Sacramento is built for driving. Transit ridership dropped a ton, and there's no money to make it better. It stays limited and slow. If you want to walk or take transit for most things like you can in San Francisco, Portland, or Seattle, Sacramento is going to frustrate you constantly. The infrastructure here is way behind those cities. If you have bad allergies, Sacramento is going to be rough. We jumped to 23rd worst in America for seasonal allergies. You get hit almost year-round. Tree pollen's in the spring, grass pollen late spring and summer, and weed pollen late summer to fall. Climate change is making it worse. Pollen seasons start 20 days earlier and last 10 days longer than 30 years ago. If your allergies cause asthma, need a lot of medicine, or makes you really miserable, Sacramento pollen's problem will challenge you every single year, and it keeps getting worse. Sacramento works great for outdoor people who adapt to heat, remote workers wanting California for less money, government employees with stable jobs, and retirees who need affordable living. You can use Sacramento's good parts while dealing with the tough parts. But if the heat makes you sick and you need transit to get around or allergies control your life, Sacramento's basic problems will make every day harder. Be honest about what matters to you most before you move. So here's some pattern I want you to see. Every challenge I mention is connected. They're not separated problems. You can work around one at a time. They all stem from the same root issue. Sacramento is growing faster than its infrastructure can handle, and it is designed for a specific lifestyle. Driving, adapting to season, and being willing to leave town when conditions get tough. My personal take, I'm excited about Sacramento's potential. What gets me most fired up is watching people discover they can afford California lifestyle here. The outdoor access, the weather, the proximity to everything without going broke. I've seen families come from the Bay Area, cut their housing costs in half, and suddenly they have money to actually enjoy life instead of just surviving. The transformation is real, and it's amazing to watch. If you are seriously considering moving to Sacramento and want personalized guidance on neighborhood, timing, and whether this area actually fits your lifestyle, reach out to me. Email me at connie@cvreg.net and let's chat about your specific situation. I help people avoid making expensive mistakes by being honest about what Sacramento really offers versus what they really need. Now, if you're excited about Sacramento and want to know what's coming to the area, you need to watch my next video. I'm covering everything new or coming soon to Sacramento suburbs in 2025 and 2026, and huge developments, infrastructure projects, shopping centers, all of it. If you're planning to move or already live here, this video shows you exactly what's changing and where the growth is happening. Check it out right here. See you there.